Hey everyone, welcome back to Engineered Baking. This week we're going to take a look at the two different types of sugars you can use in your cookies, light brown sugar and white sugar, and we'll see what their effect is on the final product. Additionally, we will have a blind taste test in the video with my roommates Steve and Cassie, and they will see if they can determine which one is which based on smell and taste alone, as well as give their preference of which one they think tastes better. This recipe is more or less the same recipe that I used in the first video. I will post it in the description below for your own use and experimentation. We will begin by adding 1 stick of butter into the bowl. As a tip, if you leave it out too long prior to cooking, as I have here, you may have an issue getting it out of the wrapper and have to scrape some of the remains off the wrapper into the bowl. Usually it's best to aim for about half an hour to an hour at most. Here, I think I exceeded that, upwards of about 2 hours. After adding 1 stick of butter, we will add 3/4 cup of sugar. Brown sugar or white sugar in this case. Normally, you would add a mix of both, 3/8 of a cup for each, and when we're doing half of a batch. Next, we will mix in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and turn our mixer on from medium-low to medium. Once everything is mixed together, we will add 1 egg. If anyone knows a good way to crack an egg one-handed, please let me know. I've been practicing lately and it is so difficult. We'll add the egg in while the mixer is going to better emulsify the egg. Once the egg is fully incorporated, we will add in our mixture of 1 1/8 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. As before, we will add this in while our mixer is going, and we will add it in slowly so as not to puff up the flour outside of the mixing bowl. Let's take a moment to let Video Chris catch up to the narration. There we go. After mixing in the flour, salt, baking soda mixture, we will get as much of the dough off the mixing paddle as we can, and then we will add in 1 cup of chocolate chips, mixing in as much as we can by hand. As you can see from this overhead shot, the main difference in the two doughs is color, as the one using only light brown sugar is slightly darker in color. The doughs are relatively the same consistency. While we are waiting for the cookies in the oven, let's talk about what we expect to be the difference in the two cookies. Brown sugar gets its color from the molasses that is used to make it, which gives it a higher moisture content than white sugar. As a result, we expect the cookie to be slightly chewier than its counterpart. This is a little bit of an oversimplification in the chemical reactions that take place within the baking process, but it's a good rule of thumb for this chocolate chip cookie recipe that more brown sugar will yield a slightly chewier cookie. They should be just about done right now, so let's take a look at the cookies and then do our taste test. So now it's time to get these out of the oven and see how they turned out. So, you see right there, white sugar probably needs a little bit more baking time, and we'll correct that on the next batch that we do. But as you can see, the back row that used only brown sugar is a little bit darker. That's due to the molasses that is in the brown sugar, and it'll cook a little bit darker than just going with only white sugar. And now that we actually have the two different bakes done, we're going to see which one is better in a blind taste test with my roommates, Steve and Cassie. So whoever wants to go first, feel free. Just close your eyes and not look and do that.
It's going right in the mouth.
It's going in the mouth. We should put something else in there.
Okay. Sweet, buttery, crispy.
Do you want to smell
Tasty.
it? Do you want to smell it?
Yeah. Okay. My guess is that's the white sugar one.
Okay. Open.
Toast your own. I'm 80% confident it's brown sugar.
Wait, why did you open your eyes?
I don't know. I haven't looked at anything. I didn't know what was in your hand.
Well, I was going to let you sniff it.
Oh, okay. Doesn't actually smell as strong. Is there anything there?
There is a cookie there.
Yeah, that one doesn't smell as strongly. Interesting. Okay. All right, that's my guess. Don't tell me if I was right or not.
Does this just wait? There it is again.
This one's yeah. That one smells. That doesn't smell like cookie. Do I smell first or just
Smell first.
smell?
Good.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, that's really good. That one's really buttery.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like that's the brown sugar one.
Okay. Here's number 2.
It smells so. Wait, I don't
Really
smell
getting
it.
in there.
Wait, you can't smell it. Hold on. Hold it. Okay. I feel like the chocolate's stronger on that one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think I like the first one better.
So,
Which one do you think it was? I'm gonna say I think I liked the first one you get. I think I liked the first one. The one I thought was white sugar. I think I liked that one.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're both good though.
I think the brown sugar is the one that I had first.
which one did you give first, Steve?
I gave her the brown sugar one first.
Ooh, interesting.
Was that right?
Yes, white sugar.
Interesting. Okay.
I see what you meant about like you couldn't smell anything, but so for the sniff test, I actually gave you this one twice before giving you the other one.
I thought you were playing some kind of trick.
But like the first time you said this one smelled like I forgot what you said, but you did say this had a scent, and then I brought you.
Was it a different piece?
Same piece.
I'm just full of it.
I don't know. It's good though.
Delicious though.
Glad you guys like them.
I'll be eating both of them now. I'll be in my room.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for the next video that we will put out, where we'll talk about the importance of the scientific method as it applies to baking and compare butter versus margarine in baking cookies. Additionally, my roommates Steve and Cassie will generously offer to taste test my cookies again to determine what is better, butter or margarine.